Hey guys, welcome to my favorite topic, algebra. Algebra, which would be an Arabic word. So it is solving. Solving means I have an unknown that I'm trying to find. It is not simplifying. I don't have an expression and I'm trying to write it simpler. It is not evaluating. I don't have all numbers and I'm trying to get a numerical answer. It is solving. Solving would be doing the opposite of PEMDAS, working our way backwards and undoing things so that I can isolate and get the X or whatever letter it is alone. So I kind of have a checklist, just like we have a checklist with PEMDAS. Since we're reversing, it's kind of like SADMAP with a few exceptions. I'm going to change the checklist to go through it. And it's at the top of the page, and it's on the first page of the notes. It is, do you have any parentheses? Okay, so before I start to undo things, I want to make this, or whatever question I have, as simple as possible. And right now, it's not very simple looking because of these double negatives. This is not the simplest it could be. So we simplify before we solve. One more time, we simplify before we solve. Can you do anything inside the parentheses? No, the -9 is all by itself. But you can distribute, which, remember, there's an invisible one we can make visible here. And I'm going to distribute a -1, which is multiplying through to everything inside the parentheses. Now, there's only one thing in parentheses, aka, let's make this simple, Mrs. Roberts. -1 times -9. I'm going to draw my rainbow instead of a box. I'm going to copy what I'm not doing. I'm going to line it up and be neat. All of these things are important. Lining up and being neat is very important. So -1 times -9 is a +9. Now I ask myself, is this as simple as I can go? Yes. I cannot simplify this any further, so now it is time to solve. Is there any like terms that can be combined, which would be more simplifying? And the answer is no. These are like terms, but they're on opposite sides of this equal sign, opposite sides of this wall that I just created. Create that wall with me. So now I'm going to do opposite side opposite, or I'm on to my getting rid of addition and subtraction step. I'm trying to get Princess X all by herself. She's being attacked by a +9. In order for me to defeat and get rid of and undo and inverse the +9, I will do -9. Do it to the left, do it to the right. Don't cause a fight. Do it to the left, do it to the right. Equality for all. Okay? So we're going to put it. This cancels literally means 0. Okay, I don't use that word for anything else. Canceling is only used for getting rid of something so that it's 0. And then I drop it like a see what I got. Drop the X, drop the equals, don't move anything around. Don't make your life more difficult. 6 minus 9 or 6 plus a -9 in the calculator is a -3. Way to be. Let's go check it before we wreck it. All right? Check. When you go to check, it's like doing, we're telling somebody you're going to come to their party. We're going to have a checking party. So we're going to RSVP to the party. R for rewriting the exact original question. Do not change anything. Do not think. Copy. Do not change. Do not think. Copy, copy, copy. We're going to substitute. When I substitute, I take the letter out and I hold the spot open with parentheses. Then I put the person or the number into the game, which in this case is -3. And again, I'm going to verify this with PEMDAS, but I'm going to have the calculator do all the PEMDAS for me, because the more the calculator does, the less mistakes that I make. So we're going to plug this in to the calculator, parentheses -3 parentheses minus parentheses -9 parentheses. Put that whole thing in. Don't cheat. Do not cheat. This is no time to cut corners. When 6 equals 6, it tells me I have checked myself. I have not wrecked myself. The answer is indeed a -3. Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. I got this question, just this last one, and then you guys are going to be ready to go. So we're going to simplify before we solve, which is my step one is parentheses. I don't see any parentheses. Can I combine these? No, they're not like terms. So now I'm going to start doing my opposites. These are like terms on opposite sides, or I consider it the getting rid of the plus or minus step. And my goal is to keep the Princess X positive when I try to isolate her and save her from all that is attacking her. So I like that it's got a positive X. That's cool. So the thing attacking her here is this -5, which is the opposite, would be a +5. Do it to the left, do it to the right. Don't cause a fight. Drop it like it's hot, see what you got. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to check out my algebra playlist so you can see me go through that song in the original version. A -5 and a +5 cancel. Don't just slash anything you see. Actually make sure, does it make 0? Yes, it does. Then I'm going to drop everything exactly where it is. A -2 and a +5 will make a +3. And I'm doing this question because a lot of times when the X is moved around, students start to get confused. So I want you to recognize a couple things. I could rewrite this question. Number one, if something's equal, the left side equals the right side, well, the right side equals the left side also. Number one, I want you to realize that. And all my steps would be the same. I would still add 5 to both sides of the equation. Ooh, was this supposed to be negative? No, there's more positives. It's supposed to be positive. And again, you see how I'm dropping everything where it belongs. Neatness counts. When you start to move the equations, the equal signs in the wrong spots, you stop doing the correct opposites. Besides that being an equivalent equation, which is like a redundant thing to say, don't forget that this is addition, and addition is commutative. So instead of -5 plus x, I could have written x plus -5. Okay? This is commutative property. It says that I can do that. And students solve these questions pretty well. It's these they start making mistakes on, but really they're the same thing. And then the other problem that comes up is when there's double signs, like plus and negative, people start to get confused on what the opposite is. So that's why I always say simplify before you solve. When you add oppo, it is the same as just one subtraction sign. And again, I got a song for that too. Subtraction's adding the opposite. Sing it backwards. Adding the opposite is subtraction. Okay? So the process still works out the same. This was a -2. I don't want to forget that. I'm going to mess it up. All right? So all of these things are the same. Okay? Probably best for you to put put it whichever way is going to work for you. You just got to make sure if you're actually doing an opposite or not. Okay? And when there's a double sign, simplify it into a single sign. Okay? See you when I see you.